Man, all good. Nice to meet you finally.
You too, mate. I know I've been inundated, and I must give out a wee shout to Charmaine as well, because she's been banging the drum for you like the last
Definitely 100%.
6 months.
And then my wife has been on it as well. She was like, you need to go see Gary. You need to go see Gary. So finally we're here.
I love it, mate. I love it. Your story is ridiculous over the last couple of years with the videos, and I think it's fair to say you can't go on a social media channel without seeing one of your videos right now. Where did it start? How did you come up with this idea of kind of going online and doing like your cooking videos and different sketches?
Okay, so started off through Snapchat, done wee cooking sketches on Snapchat, and then during the pandemic, when everybody was in the house, stuck in the house, man, you can't do nothing. And I was bored, right? And I was like, look, I'm gonna go crazy if I don't keep myself occupied.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to just like play my camera, and TikTok was kind of new at that time.
Yeah.
And people were getting onto it, and everybody, I was like, okay, I'll put up a wee TikTok. And I started off with like a chicken curry, just explaining to people on how to make a chicken curry, a basic chicken curry.
Mm-hmm.
And when I posted the video up, I done a wee voiceover kind of thing. I put a wee tune in the back, and the questions, the amount of people that shared the video and everything, like I was like, wow, this is crazy,
Yeah.
right? So from then on, I was like, okay, a couple of days on, maybe I'll just post up another curry.
Mm-hmm.
I put up a wee mince curry.
Aye.
That went mental as well. And then I was like, okay, I like this. I'm just going to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed doing the part where I could bring in a wee bit of comedy and also share the recipe at the same time as well. So cooking and trying to make people laugh and at the same time was what I was trying to achieve. I was trying to make people connect through cooking and making people laugh.
It's a good mix as well, because I suppose people are able to watch those videos and actually learn something, but there is a bit of banter in it as well, which is always a good combination when you're doing anything online.
Definitely a wee bit of over 18 banter, but it's all good. It's all good. Scottish TikTok is mental. I've really, really enjoyed being inside it, and I don't think I'm going to come out of it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep testing my waters and just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Like, I'm just going to keep doing new cooking recipes. I've got so much coming up, and yeah.
How'd you come up with ideas? What's the process behind it?
My creativity, right? I've not said this to a lot of people, right? I've said it to the St. Phoenix boys before, right? But I'm going to tell you, Gary, right? Straight up, my thought process works when I'm in the shower, and it's first thing in the morning, right? So when I'm in the shower, I've kind of set up for the day. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what recipe I'm making. I've got all the ingredients in my mind. Everything's sorted. And I jump out and I say to my wife, Karima, this is what we're going to make today. She's like, why are you so excited? I'm like, because it's all there. It's all there, and we're going to put it all together and we're going to make it happen. She was like, all right, cool. Just straight after, like, you thought of that in the shower? I was like, yes. So yeah, everything comes from the shower. That's how my thought process works. I just create everything in the shower.
So you're making your videos. Have you always liked cooking, or is it something that's kind of grew on you?
I grew up like I've never been the craft and designs kind of guy in school. I was more the home economics. Enjoyed cooking through school, and then watching my mum and gran cooking in the kitchen. They never used to let me in the kitchen, funnily enough, right? But I used to just smell all the foods and watch what they used to put into the curries, and always ask a question. And then finally, when I was a wee bit older, they let me go into the kitchen, and I started cooking myself and asking them more questions, and they showed me more recipes. From then on, I thought, okay, I'm really enjoying the cooking part of things. So I started going to college, done my degree on it, on professional cookery. The college was amazing. The teachers, the lecturers were so good. At that time, the college was called Glasgow Metropolitan College. I don't even know what they call now.
At the top of town?
Yeah, and shout out to my teacher, Mr. Ian Elliott.
Right.
Yeah, so I learned a lot from them using like knives and stuff like that. And then working my way through takeaways, restaurants, and just working with amazing chefs like everywhere, different kind of areas, meeting different kind of peoples. Like the word shaggers, I picked it up from Straven. Like men and women were just saying, all right, shagger to everybody there, right? So while I was working in a takeaway there, it's called the Munzils in Straven, women used to come in and say, all right, shaggers, right? So I was kind of I was a wee bit freaked out, right? So I used to say, "All right, shaggers, back to them. Gonna bang us on a chips, cheese, and doner, please." And I'd put it on for them,
Right.
and they were all pretty cool. I think that wee village thrives off the word shagger, and that's where I kind of picked up the word shagger from. Sorry if it's
Not at all. I 100% thought you were going to say that came from Glasgow. Oh man. Right, so you then had a couple of kind of peak moments on TikTok. You had the Iron Brew Pecora, which I'd imagine sent your TikTok into meltdown, but you also had the duet with Gordon Ramsay.
Yep.
Which again, at that point for you, where's your head at?
So first off, the Iron Brew chicken pakora. The decision that we made was to make a chicken pakora. That was it. We all we wanted to do is to make a chicken pakora, right? And to share a recipe of chicken pakora. And while I started making the chicken pakora, I was having a wee Iron Brew break, and then I decided, why don't I just stick in a wee bit of Iron Brew and see what happens?
Aye.
And stuck it into the batter and kind of cooked it, and it just turned out class, right? And I was like, I'm just gonna go with it, right? And see, I don't care what people say, controversial or not, it's all good, right? Posted the video up, and it was about, I think I posted up, it was late at night when I posted it up, and then when I woke up in the morning, my phone just went mental. I was at work, people were like, that page, people are going crazy. You're on the news. We just seen an article about you in the news. I'm like, what? And then a radio channel starts phoning me and says, "Excuse me, can you give us an interview? Could you do this? Could you do?" I couldn't wait to get home and just hide, right? So I took like paracetamol, ibuprofen straight into my bed, and I just went into a wee spot, chilled out for a wee bit. Then I got back up and I was like, okay, let's do this. I want to plod on. I want to keep going. And I answered everybody's questions. I went onto the radio and just kept on going with the Iron Brew recipes, So yeah, it's been a crazy journey, but it's opened up a lot of doors for me. The Gordon Ramsay duet was just mental.
How did
for
that
him.
come about?
People just shared it and said, "What do you think of this, Gordon Ramsay? What do you think of this, Gordon Ramsay?" And next minute, he's duetted the video and do you know what? I really appreciate it. That is the video's got to him, and he's got to see it, and he didn't say too many bad things about me.
Well, it's always a good thing.
Because he shafts people.
Yeah.
Like he says his mind, and I'm lucky, that he's given me a good review. So yeah, I was very happy with that.
That's surely from your point of view though, you must have went through a period of this can't be happening with all the different bits that seemed to kind of hit you at the one time.
I've always kind of knew what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to do something with food, and I've always wanted to create videos with food. So I always had that in the back of my head that one day it's going to happen. One day it's going to happen. And I've still got that mentality that bigger things are still to come.
Yeah.
I've never got that mentality where I'm going to say, okay, this is it. This is me now. I've done this. I'm just going to keep doing TikTok. No, I think there's more doors to open, and I think there's more places to explore. So yeah, I've never had like that kind of thought where I'm going to stop or I'm just going to keep going.
What do you find are the kind of biggest challenges for using like your socials and getting your platform?
The biggest challenge is to break the stigma. That's what I came on to do as well. I'm here to break the stigma. Like, for example, the word shaggers, again, I'm going to say it right. I come from two communities, right? Number one, Scotland. Number two, the Asian community as well. So I grew up with both parts of the family, right? My wife's Scottish, and I come from an Asian background. And me saying "alright shaggers" kind of raises a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Now, to the Scottish people, they're like, hold up, right? Hold up. What is that caramel guy saying? Why is he saying "alright shagger"? So they're questioning that. And then from my own kind, the Asian people now, the uncles and the aunties, they're like, why are they saying "alright"? Why is he saying "alright shaggers"? That's a rude word.
Aye.
So one day while I was in the shop, right, an Asian man came in, right, quite old, and he asked me the question, why are you saying this word shagger? And I was like, okay, by all means, right? I'm going to respect you here, right? I'm going to ask you a few questions. If you can answer it, maybe you'll get your answer yourself, right? And I was like, uncle, how many wives do you have? And he was like, I've got one in Pakistan and I've got one in Scotland. I goes, amazeballs. I goes, uncle, how many kids do you have? He's like, 8 kids. So he's got 8 kids. I goes, you kind of go under the definition of a shagger. And he was like, he was a wee bit raging, right?
I can imagine.
But I goes, you might take it as a bad word, right? But this is your status. You are a definite shagger, right? And now to the Scottish people, like they ask the question, how's that caramel guy saying that word, all right, shaggers? Now I grew up with a lot of Scottish people cooking, serving them like in takeaways and restaurants and stuff like that. So I interacted with a lot of people, had a lot of banter with a lot of people. A lot of drunk people used to come in and I used to have a good laugh with them, man. And it was the same thing, just saying all right, shaggers, and just connecting and having a good laugh with them. And that was it. So yeah, the stigma right there, I just want to break it. I'm going to keep using the word. Also bringing in shagufta as well at the same time, which means ladies and so shaggers and shaguftas, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wee thing I'm doing.
Graham McCaskill will be buzzing because that's what he was asking me today. He's like, ask him what a shagufta is. And I messaged him back and I'm like, you better not be setting me up here. And he's like, no, ask him. I'm being serious. So that's good. We've got an answer for you, Graham.
Good stuff.
I can't believe you said to him that's your status as a shagger.
I did, mate. It was straight up. Like I had to ask the question. Like,
many times have you had that conversation with people?
So many times. Like even aunties as well. They're like, oh, you're using that word shagger. And I was like, yes, auntie, because like straight up, the uncles out there, they're killing it. The uncles out there are killing it at the moment. So yeah.
Oh man. See, aside that though, how's your family taking it? Because obviously it is a big step to put yourself out there like that on social media. And obviously a lot of people will love it, but a lot of people who are probably more private won't. So how have you found that side of things?
So I got a lot of family up in England, right? And they're loving it. Like the videos reach to them as well and they share it to everybody kind of thing, right? And they're loving it. But my family here at the start, they were a wee bit protective. I ended up in the police station as well because of the amount of abuse that was getting through the comments and people sending me threats and everything. And so my mum was like, look, you need to kind of stop, you know, like try and not get yourself out there too much. And I was like, look, I'm really enjoying myself. I'm enjoying putting my recipes out there. I'm not doing anybody no harm. I'm just out there trying to make people laugh and share my recipes at the same time. So I don't see that as a problem. But yeah, they were quite protective with me at the start. And until today, they're kind of the same. They're like, always watch yourself and, you know, try and do funny things. Don't go extreme. Don't go too mental kind of thing, and respect. I do that anyway. You know, I'm all good with everybody. I don't have a problem with anybody, to be honest with you. You know, Scottish TikTok is mental. People out there are just looking for drama, right? And I'm not into the drama kind of scene. You know, I'm just there to bring a wee bit of positive energy, to share my recipes, and that's it. That's it.
How do you find the kind of, see when you were getting that kind of hateful side of it, did it ever put you off, or did you give it to a point where you're like, this is an issue for me?
At the start, it was getting to me.
The
amount of messages, the amount of hate messages that was coming through. There was also like a wee group, man. People caused a wee group against me kind of thing, right? And it was getting to me at the start. And then I said to myself one morning, I was like, you know what? Let it be. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, right? I'm just going to keep plodding on. I'm going to give them more to say. You know, I want to annoy them more. I want to annoy them up even more, right? But I'm just going to ignore them completely. So just me, the negativity just bounces off of me, to be honest with you. I just keep it 100% positive.
Best way to be.
100%.
Best way to be. A question that I'd got in for quite a few people, and it was one I was curious about as well. Obviously, same with the podcast, it probably applies to me as well. How do you grow your profile? What do you feel works for you in kind of getting your platform out there?
I see things like Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. They're amazing. They're amazing platforms. I see it as a foundation. I'm growing a foundation here, right? And I want to keep going. I want to grow my followers. I want to get to know more people. I want to do more. I want to do travel vlogs. I want to do like reviews. I want to cook more. So I've still not found my niche. People say you found your niche. You're just gonna keep doing. I've still not found my niche. And to the question that you've asked, I think it's consistency. And believing in yourself. Just be consistent, believe in yourself, and keep doing what you're doing. Don't change yourself.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
If you change yourself and follow what other people are doing, then it's not going to work out. You don't want to copy anybody else. You want to do you. You want to stay original. So consistency. I just post when everybody's at home. So I just put up my post when everybody's at home. But again, the main word for it is consistency. Keeping it consistent and just keep posting.
Yeah.
And see how you get on from there, you know?
Yeah. How do you find combining it? Because you've obviously got a full-time job as well.
Uh-huh.
How do you find that kind of...
It's an
You've
amazing...
got a family as well?
Yeah, it's an like, I've just recently had another wee one there. So I thought it was going to be a challenge. I thought it was going to be a challenge for me, but it's actually turned out all right kind of thing, you know, because my wife, she's doing great with the wee one. She's like, okay, you just don't bother here. It's all good. You know, you go and do your video and then come back and chill out kind of thing. So I was like, okay. So she's handling things on that side and I'm getting to handle more. So I'm cool with that. Like, it's all good. With the work kind of thing, I kind of bring my work into it as well. I share the supermarket as well where I work, and I show people where they can come buy spices, lentils. That's where I do my shopping, to be honest with you, right? And honestly, it's a great wee place, the supermarket. You can buy these crazy noodles. We've just gotten these crazy spicy noodles, man. And somebody got me to try them. They were mental hot, by the way. Ramen noodles, oofed, man. So yeah, I just bring in my work into it. If I'm going somewhere, I'm just gonna, like, if I'm doing a review somewhere, I'm just gonna bring in the review as well. So yeah, I record everything. I'm just trying to record everything. So if I go out for a restaurant meal, I'm recording the video and I'm gonna review it. If I'm cooking, I'm recording the video. If I'm going out to the supermarket, I'm recording the video. That's what I'm doing. So I kind of blend everything in and bring it all together kind of thing and make it up to a video.
Do you get a lot of people coming in that recognise you?
A lot of people, by the way, just saying, could you make a wee video saying, all right this and all right that, all right shaggers, and have a wee iron brew break. And I love it, man. It's all good. Like, people coming in asking you questions as well. And how do you make the chasney sauce? How do you do this? And how do you do that? I gladly just stand there and give them an answer and have a wee chat to them as well. Some people have never been to the supermarket before. They were like, wow, this used to be a cash and carry. And now it's all changed into a supermarket kind of thing. So yeah.
The House of Share?
The House of Share used to be a cash and carry. And now it's kind of open to public. Before you used to need like a membership and stuff like that. Now it's open to public. And I would say I'm the real life Navid. Straight up. Like, obviously Navid's a still game. He's doing his thing. I would say I'm the modern real life Navid, straight up. And Jeanette, big Jeanette for the East End of Glasgow is the real life Isa.
She's in a lot of your videos as well.
I just love her, man. She is just straight positivity. She is a typical Scottish woman, by the way. You know, like an angry Scottish woman. I like noising her up every single, like every morning. I just like noising her up and asking how her day's been, how her weekend's been, you know. So yeah, she's a great laugh.
Love that. I love that you're managing to kind of combine the both of them as well, and just kind of bringing that into your social stuff.
Yeah.
What's the biggest learning you've had so far?
The biggest learning part of this journey through like social media, through the cooking part of things, is that you get to meet a lot of people. You get to see a different side of social media. Some people are not always what they are. Yeah. You know, some people are always going through something. Yeah. There's loads of people out there that are going through mental stress, and it's always good to talk to people. Yeah. Like I've had a lot of people in my inboxes saying, look, you make my day. You kind of, my day is more positive because of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Love your videos, and that kind of pushes me to do more. And I've learned that mental stress is only dealt with talking to somebody straight up. The best thing to do is to talk to somebody. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's good as well that you've got, as much as you are putting it out for people to have a laugh and obviously learn about the cooking side of it, it's good that you're also reaching people in that way 100%. As well. Because even if you're on, like, you'll probably do it yourself if you're on TikTok for 10, 15 minutes. You might watch something that does just change your mood instantly.
Instantly, definitely.
Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of fucking maniacs on it as well, but there is a lot of positive things.
Recently, I've just been watching cat TikToks, to be honest with you. We've got a cat in the house and he kind of freaks me out. His name's Louis, right? And he's just following me about every single place in the house. It's not my cat, it's my wife's cat, right? I don't claim that cat, right? But it really does my head in. But I really enjoy watching cat TikToks at the moment. That kind of brings a lot of like, it makes me laugh, to be honest with you, because they're funny wee creatures. Like they do wee funny things.
Trust cats.
I don't trust cats as well. Hence why I watch them all the time. You need to keep an eye on them. They're quite dodgy.
Maybe he knows you don't trust that. That's why it's following you about all the time.
Definitely.
There's trust issues there. What if you could change one thing about social, what would it be?
Social media.
Yeah.
If I could change one thing, maybe all the negative people, all the trolls, to be honest with you. And because the Scottish TikTok community is amazing. It's amazing because they're great banter. They can take anything, to be honest with you. They're very helpful. You have a great laugh with them. It's just the trolls, to be honest with you. I would just change them.
Yeah.
Keep them off. Give them a yellow card. And if they get too wide, just give them a red card. And that's it. But yeah, apart from that, it's been positive.
Do you go through every response?
I try my best. Like, as I said, I work every single, I work 5 days and I try and spend time with my family, and I'm also trying to do the videos at the same time as well. So yeah, I try and do my best to answer to everybody. And yeah, some questions are crazy.
Yeah.
Some people ask me to do crazy things as well.
What like?
Like, could you do and could you go into an iron brew bath? and could you do this? And could you, like,
no way somebody's asked you that.
Could you do a video with you doing an iron brew bath? And I'll send you money through PayPal.
Seriously?
Swear down.
Did you reply?
No. And my wife was like, okay, somebody's just got a crazy fetish, right? And I was like, no chance I'm doing that, right? It's not going to happen. But yeah. Yeah.
It's bizarre, man. An iron brew bath.
An iron brew bath.
Oh, if you're watching, he's not going to do it. Don't ask again. Obviously, you've grew up around a lot of cooking, and you went to college. Did you ever fancy doing like an actual chef job and getting into that side of things, or?
I've never said no to it. I've actually worked as a chef in takeaways and restaurants all around Scotland. I've been in crazy areas. I've even ended up in Alloa,
right,
working in a takeaway up there, and Grangemouth, crazy places up in Scotland, Bo'ness, Dalry, even up in the south side, Shawlands, Renfrew, Paisley. So yeah, I've done my part as a chef. I've always enjoyed doing it. I'm not going to say no to it, but I would like to do it as in where I could teach people.
Yeah.
Whereas I could, I don't want to have a restaurant. I don't want to own a restaurant.
Yeah.
I want to travel and cook at the same time. That's what I want to do. Travel and cook, meet people at the same time as well.
Love that. Who's your inspirations? Who do you look at?
Marco Perry White, Gordon Ramsay, 100%. His journey's been amazing. And mainly my mother, straight up, because the meals that she makes in the house has been amazing. Like the curries you have in a takeaway or a restaurant is no chance how you make it at home.
Yeah.
There's no chance how you make it at home. So my biggest inspiration is my mother. And then after that is my wife as well. But chef-wise, Gordon Ramsay, Marco Perry White, all day long.
Love that. Who's the better chef, you or your wife?
Now, when it comes to Scottish meals, right? This is going to be controversy here because I made up a recipe of stovies.
Right. I've seen that.
A couple of weeks ago it was, right? And I asked my wife, I goes, what do you put in your stovies? And she said, you just put in lamb, right? So I was like, okay, I'll get myself some lamb, right? And I recreated the recipe stovies, right? And I knew it was going to be controversial because every scheme in Glasgow, Scotland makes it differently, right? Some people put sausage in it. Some people put square sausage in it. Some people put leftover beef in it, right? So I knew it was going to go mental, right? And people are going to say this is a stew, right? And yeah, she told me the recipe, right? And she does some good food, right? She does some good food. She does a good steak pie. But curries wise, 50-50.
Oh.
If you're watching, Karima, I'm sorry.
Oh, tremendous. Best bit of advice you've ever had?
Have fun and make money
Yeah.
at the same time. That's my motto, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Like in my younger days, I used to work in nightclubs. I don't know if you've heard of the nightclub called Carbon.
Oh,
Old school,
Thursday
right?
nights.
And I used to promote a night on a Friday with one of my friends, right? And he was a club promoter, and his motto was have fun and make money at the same time. He used to treat people like he was the promoter for the night, but he treated everybody fairly. Like he was so cool. He was like, just go out there. I was a PR. That's what I was at that time, right? And he was such a cool guy. He was like, just go out there, have fun, make money at the same time, enjoy, interact with people, be confident, and bring people into the club. That's all they said to me. And I was like, this is an amazing motto to say to somebody, having fun and making money at the same time. So if you're doing a job and you're having fun at the same time,
Yeah.
then you're in the right career.
Yeah.
And if you're not having fun, then my main motto is having fun and making money at the same time.
You must get that perception now of, oh, he must be loaded because he's got loads of TikTok
I think I'm just
followers and
no, I think I'm just a normal guy trying to live a normal life, but also trying to express myself at the same time. Because there's not a lot of caramel Scots out there.
yeah.
They are confident enough to come out and share recipes. And this is where I call them out and say, look, come out and do recipes and do your thing and share your experiences. You know, it doesn't need to be cooking.
Yeah.
You could be a dancer. You could do anything. You could be somebody who likes cars. You could be somebody, just get out there and do it. And not just for the Asian community, for everybody. You know, do you know what I mean? Like there's the Scottish community out there as well. There's so many people saying like, oh, I'm lacking confidence, I'm lacking this and I'm lacking that. You should be able to do it, and I shout them out. And if they need any advice, I'm here. I'm always here to kind of help out.
And have you seen that from obviously from both communities, but from that Asian community? Because have you had people maybe watching you going, I could do that, but they've maybe had a conversation with you like that, like I'm not going to put myself out there?
I've got my friends, right? They're amazing at food reviews, right? And I'm kind of trying to bring them out. I'm saying to them, look, mate, you should make a wee video, right? I'm not asking you to put your face in it, but make a wee video, put a wee sound in the back of it, and show them your experience. Because there's people out there that don't know where these restaurants are. They don't know, and I like to see Scotland thrive. I want to show people what Scotland's got, and over the years, right, Scotland's been amazing with food. Straight up, it's been amazing with food, right? And it's growing every single day is growing. There's new places opening up every single day. I was in a restaurant just in the West End there the other week called Meze Meze, and they do this Persian food, and it was just out this world. It's so amazing to try, and the flavors were amazing. It's not always about the spice. It's all the spices you put in. Now, if I go to an Asian restaurant, it's all about the chilies you put in and how much spices you put in and how well you've marinated your meat. But when you're trying different kind of foods, like if you go to Italian food, the pastas are great, and pizzas are great. So it's just trying different places and sharing the knowledge with everybody else. So yeah.
Spread the word, mate. Spread the word. And that's something that I always ask guests when they come on, is obviously there will be a lot of people watching you and thinking, fuck it, I'd love to do something like that. Might not be food, but it could be anything. But what would you say to someone in that position who might reach out to you? And so, Myles, how do you do that? Like, what would you say to me being at a starting block, wanting to get into that?
I would say to them, find something you enjoy doing first, and then just document it. And document it to an extent where you keep it consistent. Keep sharing it with your friends. Ask your friend to share it as well. Ask them what they think about it. Show it to your family. Ask them, and always try to better yourself. Like if you're making a mistake, it's fine to fail. Like I've failed a lot of times. Straight up, I've done a lot of mistakes, right? But the only way you're going to succeed is by knowing that you failed before. So you're not going to succeed if you're just thinking ahead all the time. You have to fail to go forward. You need to go forward by sharing positivity at the same time as well.
What are the kind of low points or failures that stick out for you that you've went through and kind of come out the other side of?
Um, there was a point like before the TikTok when I was doing Snapchat and when I was doing like daily vlogs on my Snapchat. I was like, nobody's watching this. Like,
Yeah.
why am I even doing this? You know, like nobody's watching my videos, and I'm trying my best to show people my recipes. I'm trying my best to show people how my day's going, and nobody's kind of interacting with me. And I used to speak to my wife, and I was like, I'm just gonna chuck it. It's all right. I'm just gonna leave it, and I would just be that private person.
Yeah.
But the inner me was always saying, I'm not a private person. I'm out there. I'm always like, I want to be a storyteller. I want to be a digital content creator. I want to be that person, you know. Yeah, I just kept pushing on and tried different kind of things, and here I am now.
Yeah.
You know. And honestly, the doors has opened up for me, and the amount of people, like me even coming to your podcast
Yeah.
is an achievement for me. Straight up. So thank you again, Gary.
Thank you,
I would
mate.
like to take a moment on this podcast. Is the camera? From me to you, Gary. A wee iron brew break. You know, so I see this as an achievement for myself, and yeah, it's opened up a lot of doors for me. So yeah.
But do you have an end game in mind, or are you just looking at it as you want to try different things and see where it goes, or what's your hope?
My ideas are changing every single day.
Yeah.
My end game is to be a travel vlogger. I want to travel the world. Not in a way where I just want to go lie on a beach.
Yeah.
I want to go there and cook with people. I want to go there and experience their cultural foods. I want to go there and show people how I cook my foods. And then I want to also make the people of Scotland proud as well. The people that follow me, the people that know me, the community that I've grew here on my TikTok, you know. So if people say, oh, where is he from? He's a caramel Scot from Scotland, from Glasgow, you know. So we want to make Scotland proud first.
Yeah.
And then I would like to kind of move on and do travel vlogs. That's my end game.
Yeah.
But I've got like other plans as well.
That's what I was going to say. What's happening over the next like kind of year or so for you? What have you got lined up that you can tell us?
There's a few things that I'm doing in the background with TV as well. I'll be working with a few TV channels.
Right.
Still testing waters right now, but I've gone through a few interviews and the ideas are great. They're just putting it forward to the producers. So maybe a wee show on TV soon. Still going to be cooking more recipes. Still going to be doing more food reviews. Going to be doing openings for restaurants and takeaways, and going to be doing travel vlogs around Scotland. So going to be going around, like I'm traveling down south this week. So going to be going to Manchester to eat the food there as well, sharing the experience with people basically. So yeah, that's the plans.
I love it. Now, I do have some food-related questions that people have asked me to ask you.
Go for it.
So, we touched on it a wee bit during the episode, but a few people have asked for your top 3 places to go and try in Glasgow. Could be anything at all.
Right, okay. So, number 1. Oh, no, I'll start off with number 3. When you start with number 1 straight away. Number 3. Chilo's Burgers, right? This is on Paisley Road West, and they do an amazing smash burger. Right. If you're into your smash burgers, right, these are one of the first people to do smash burgers in the area. And I discovered this place because I work in the House of Share, so I thought, okay, let me try this place out. And I ended up doing like a wee review on the place as well, and the food there is banging. They do these crinkle fries and their salt as well. They put the special salt inside it, right? And it just makes the eater eat on. The burger is banging. They do this King Kong burger, so it's a triple patty, right, with cheese, salad, and sauce, and it's just amazing, man. I love it. So that's my number 3.
Right.
Number 2. Good question, by the way. Number 2 is this place where I go for a shawarma. It's on Centenic Square, just off of Centenic Square, called Lazords. Now, this is a Arabic Middle Eastern place, right, where they do these amazing shawarma wraps, right? And whenever I'm in town, I just pop in there for a chicken shawarma. They're banging. Number 1 is the people of Ridley. It's a shop called Hooked.
Right.
And these people do chips, cheese, and stir-fried doner.
Stir-fried doner.
So doner on a grill,
Right.
right, with onions and peppers, kebab sauce all over it, right, and then they put your chips and cheese, right, and then they put the stir-fried doner on top, right, and then they finish it off with some spicy mayo,
Right.
jalapenos because we're shaggers, and I'll tell you that is honestly the best scran to have.
Sitting here starving now.
Honestly, it is the best chips, cheese, and stir-fried doner, hands down.
Oh man,
So yeah,
love that.
that's the top 3 so far at the moment. That's what's tickling the pickle at the moment.
I was got to say it'll probably change month to month for you
It
as well.
probably
when you're
does because I'm always
different
trying
stuff.
new places out,
Aye.
you know. So yeah, it always changes.
Oh, right, here's another thinker for you.
Right,
So you can have 3 people round for dinner,
Right.
any 3 you want,
right.
but also, what would you make for them? So you can have a full 3-courser, or up to you.
Do I tell the 3 people
Yeah.
who the 3 people? Okay. I would like to have Jennifer Lawrence over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've got a thing for her, right? She's quite natural. Again, Karima, if you're watching, I'm sorry. And she could come over in the X-Man suit. She comes in, right? I'd make her a chicken tikka chasni. Mr. Gordon Ramsay would be next because he's so judgmental, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would make him a chili pakora.
Nice.
A chili pakora, right? The third person would be... That's a good question. The third person, who could be the third person? Somebody who's a crazy eater. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
You would get your Just Eat discount as well.
And I would stick in the good stuff for him. Just for him to try it. So I'd put in the good stuff for him, right, in a curry and say, here you go, big man. You let me know what you think about this.
Oh, man.
So that would be the 3 combinations. Jennifer Lawrence, Gordon Ramsay, and Snoop Dogg.
What a dinner table that would be. Oh, brilliant. You've worked in a lot of food places, you've worked in a lot of takeaways. Any mad stories that stick out for you from your time in them?
It's just... you've got me thinking here now. People coming in and asking, excuse me, can we use the toilet? I'll be like, I'm sorry. They're all like, everybody's just drunk, right? It's a Friday night and they're all asking if they can use the toilet. We're trying to cook at the same time at the same place, you know what I mean? And they're all trying to have some banter and stuff like that. And we're kind of helpful. We're like, okay, if you need to use the toilet, we'll try and guide you through and stuff
Right.
like that. But then they just stand there and they start watching you cook. They're like, what are you cooking, Myles? I'm making a madras. And then they're like, oh, nice. And I'm like, what are you up to? They're like, I'm mad with it. And I'm like, okay, I'm madras with it. MWI, you know, try to get that together. Madras with it, mad with it. You know, so they're trying to have a conversation with you when you're trying to
Yeah.
kind of serve people at the same time. Yeah, so some mad stories. There's a lot of people kind of, there's a lot of people try to kind of come in sometimes. You know what? Crazy story, right? I was in Alloa working once, right? And this was mental, right? I was in a place called Curry Central. I was working in a takeaway there, right? And I was the only guy in the front. And this lady came in, and it was a bad experience, to be honest. It wasn't a good experience. It was a bad experience, right? She asked for a chips, cheese, and curry sauce, right? So I went and made it, and you make the curry sauce fresh, right? And I was having a good day, right? And this lady came in, and I think she was on something. I don't know where she was. And she asked for a chips, cheese, curry sauce. So I went in the back and I cooked her up a chips, cheese, and curry sauce. And it was honestly delicious. I could just tell it was so great, right? And she decided to eat it in the store, right? And I was like, okay. She started munching it, but you could just see that she was off balanced, right? And she just kind of tripped, and the chips, cheese, and curry sauce went all over the display counter. I was having a good day while I was watching that, and then it went all over the floor. And she goes, "That's all your fault." And I was like, "What do you mean it's all my fault?" So I was in shock then, and she started giving me abuse and stuff like that. And I was like, "Get out!" So yeah, that was it.
Oh, that woman will be sitting somewhere going, fuck, that was me. I was that woman. always ask everybody that comes on if they know anybody in Scotland that's doing good things in whatever industry they're in that you think would be good to come on.
I would have said Sid Phoenix Boys, but you've already had them
Aye.
up. They're amazing. They're an amazing group, and they're doing amazing at the moment. The next person I would like you to check out is Kimbo. Me and my wife have been watching this girl right for a wee while now. Her wee journey is amazing. Like she's a Scottish TikToker, and her wee comedy sketches are just so funny to watch.
Aye.
I started following her recently. My wife's been following her for a very long time, and she's quite funny, man. Like her sketches are just different.
Aye.
She's got a Lemmy vibe to her.
Right, okay.
And I like Lemmy, and I like the comedy Lemmy gives, and her comedy is just amazing.
Aye.
So I would say Kimbo,
A bash.
100%.
Myles, it's been brilliant, mate.
It's been amazing meeting you as well.
Flowing in, and it's good. It's good to see such a rise for you doing something that you really love doing, and you're teaching people how to cook as well. And that's the kind of main message out of it all, to have a bit of fun
Yep.
while you're doing it. And hopefully, it's sky's the limit for you, mate.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, son, man.
Thank you for having me, Gary.
Welcome, mate. Thank you.